90 days from right now is a specific date. It is not someday. It is not eventually. It is a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday on a specific calendar, approximately 13 weeks from today, and on that date, your financial life can look meaningfully different from what it looks like right now. If the next 90 days are spent differently from the last 90, most financial content gives you the what. Pay yourself first. Build an emergency fund. Invest in index funds. Cut unnecessary expenses. These are correct. They are also incomplete, because what without when and in what order produces the same result as a recipe that lists the ingredients but omits the steps. You end up with a pile of information and no clear starting point, so you do what most people do. You think about it, you feel briefly motivated, and then you go back to what you were already doing. This video is the steps, not the ingredients, the steps, in the exact order they need to happen, week by week, 13 weeks, 90 days. The sequence matters because each week's action creates the foundation for the next week's action. You cannot effectively attack debt in week 5 if the leak audit in week 3 has not happened, because you will keep feeding money into the system through the leak while trying to drain it through the debt payoff. The order is not arbitrary, it is engineered so that each action compounds the effectiveness of the one that follows it. By week 13, you will have completed 5 phases: the foundation audit, the leak seal, the debt attack, the investment engine, and the lock-in. Not perfectly, not with every number exactly where you want it, but with a working system, automated, structured, and running, that will continue building wealth long after the 90 days are over. Let's start at week 1. Phase 1 is weeks 1 and 2. The foundation audit. Nothing gets fixed before it gets seen clearly. This is the phase that most people skip. Because it is not exciting, it does not feel like progress, and it requires looking honestly at numbers that may be uncomfortable. It is also the phase that determines whether everything that follows will work or not. Week 1 has one job: the complete financial inventory. Not a budget, not a plan. An inventory. Every account you own listed with its current balance. Every debt you carry listed with its balance, interest rate, and minimum monthly payment. Every recurring charge leaving your bank account each month listed. Every subscription, every automatic renewal, every service you are paying for. You are not making decisions yet. You are simply making the invisible visible. Most people who complete this exercise in week 1 are surprised by at least 2 things they find. The first is usually a subscription or recurring charge they genuinely forgot about. The gym membership from 18 months ago, the software trial that converted to a paid plan, the streaming service the household stopped using. The average person completing this exercise finds between $80 and $150 per month in charges they cannot immediately account for. That money is not lost yet. It is simply unexamined. This phase makes it visible. The second surprise is usually the interest rate on at least one debt. Most people know they have a credit card balance. Very few people know the exact annual percentage rate on that balance without looking it up. The inventory forces the lookup. And seeing 24% or 27% printed next to a balance you have been carrying casually changes the emotional relationship to that debt in a way that knowing you have credit card debt does not. Week 2 is the cash flow map. Using the inventory from week 1, calculate exactly how much money enters your accounts each month, all sources after tax, and exactly how much leaves. Every fixed payment. Every variable spending category estimated from the last 3 months of bank statements. The number that matters at the end of this exercise is the gap. What remains after all outgoings are accounted for. This is your current investable surplus. The raw material the entire plan works with. If the gap is negative, that information is critical and needs to be visible before anything else is attempted. Phase 2 is weeks 3 and 4, the leak seal. A leak is any recurring outgoing that produces no meaningful value and has persisted through inertia rather than intention. The inventory from Phase 1 identified the candidates. Phase 2 is the decisions. Week 3. Cancel or downgrade every subscription and recurring service that you did not actively choose to continue when presented with its monthly cost on the inventory list. The test is simple. If you would not choose to sign up for this service today at this price, it is a leak. Cancel it this week, not someday. The friction of canceling feels larger than it is. Most cancellations take under 4 minutes. The average person who completes this step finds $40 to $90 per month. Over 12 months, that is $500 to over $1,000 redirected. Week 4, the bank fee and interest rate audit. Call or message every financial institution you carry debt with and request a rate reduction. This sounds uncomfortable. It works at a documented rate of approximately 70% for customers who ask with a good payment history. Credit card companies reduced rates by an average of 6 percentage points for customers who called and asked in a 2023 creditcards.com study. On a $4,000 balance, a 6-point rate reduction saves approximately $240 per year in interest from one phone call. Also in week 4, if you are paying monthly fees on a checking account, switch to a no-fee account. If your savings account is earning under 2%, move it to a high-yield savings account earning 4% to 5%. These two actions take less than 30 minutes combined and collectively recover between $200 and $400 per year for most people who complete them. Phase 3 is weeks 5 through 7. The debt attack. By week 5, the financial picture is completely clear. You know exactly what you owe, to whom, at what rate. You know exactly how much you have available each month after essentials. You have sealed the leaks, which has freed additional monthly cash. Now the freed cash from canceled subscriptions, reduced fees, and the gap identified in the cash flow map has a specific destination: the highest interest debt on your list. The method is the debt avalanche. List every debt by interest rate, highest to lowest. Direct all extra payment capacity, every dollar recovered from the leak seal phase, every dollar of monthly surplus, toward the highest interest rate debt while paying only minimums on everything else. This is mathematically the fastest and cheapest path to debt elimination. Here is why the sequence to this point matters. If you had attempted the debt avalanche in week 1 before the leak seal, you would have been directing $40 to $90 of subscription leaks plus several $100s of bank fees and high-rate interest toward the debt, while simultaneously watching that same money drain out through the leaks you had not yet addressed. The leak seal in Phase 2 is what makes the debt attack in Phase 3 fully effective. You are not trying to fill a bucket with holes in it anymore. During weeks 5 through 7, track the debt balance weekly, not monthly, weekly. The psychological effect of watching a number decline on a weekly schedule is significantly stronger than monthly tracking and produces measurably higher follow-through rates in behavioral finance research. The debt balance declining each week, even by small amounts, creates a momentum effect that sustains the behavior through the period when motivation alone would not. Phase 4 is weeks 8 through 10. The investment engine. By week 8, the financial foundation is genuinely different from what it was 60 days ago. The leaks are sealed, the debt avalanche is running, the cash flow map is clear and current. This is the phase where the freed money, from all the work of the previous 7 weeks, gets permanently directed into the investment structure that will compound for decades. Week 8. Open a Roth IRA if you do not have one, and set up the first recurring monthly contribution. Any amount, the account existing and the contribution being automatic, is the action. The amount will increase in Phase 5. Week 9. If your employer offers a 401k with any employer match and you are not currently capturing the full match, increase your contribution to the match threshold this week. An employer match is an immediate 50% to 100% return on the contributed dollar, the highest guaranteed return available in personal finance. If your employer matches 50% of contributions up to 6% of salary, and you are contributing 3%, you are leaving free money on the table every pay period. Week 9 closes that gap. Week 10. Open a high-yield savings account if you do not have one separate from your checking account and begin building the emergency fund. The emergency fund target is 3 months of essential expenses. Set up an automatic weekly transfer, not monthly, weekly, into this account. Weekly transfers create a savings habit that feels less like sacrifice than a single large monthly transfer. And the more frequent transfer schedule builds the fund faster by removing the temptation to spend the monthly surplus before the transfer date. Phase 5 is weeks 11 through 13, the lock-in. The final phase is about one thing: making the system permanent and removing yourself as a point of failure. Week 11. Review every automatic transfer set up across the plan and verify they are all running correctly. The emergency fund transfer, the Roth IRA contribution, the extra debt payment, the leak cancellations. At 11 weeks in, it is common to find one or two automations that were set up but did not process correctly. A bank account number entered wrong, a transfer that bounced because of a timing issue. This review catches those errors before they compound. Week 12. Apply the 50% raise rule to any income changes that have occurred or are upcoming. If you received a raise, a bonus, or any increase in income during the 90 days, 50% of the net increase goes immediately into investment contributions, not lifestyle, before lifestyle adjusts. The 30-day window after an income increase is the highest leverage moment in personal finance, and week 12 of this plan is specifically designed to capture it deliberately rather than lose it by default. Week 13. Write down the complete state of your financial system. Every automatic transfer, every account, every rate, every debt balance, as a single reference document. This document is not a budget. It is a snapshot of a working system. Update it quarterly. The act of writing it down creates accountability, gives you a baseline to measure progress against, and takes the system out of your head, where it is vulnerable to being forgotten, and puts it on paper, where it can run without relying on your memory. On day 90, the goal is not perfection. The goal is a running system. An emergency fund that is growing, a debt that is declining, an investment account that exists and receives automatic contributions, a cash flow that is clear and managed, a financial life that is structurally different, not just intentionally different from what it was 90 days ago. The difference between intentional and structural is the difference between trying and running. A system runs whether you feel motivated or not. It runs when work is hard, and when life is busy, and when you forget to think about it. It runs because it was built to run. The 90 days built it. 90 days is not a long time. You have lived through hundreds of 90-day periods without noticing them pass. The question is not whether this 90 days will go by. It will. The question is whether the financial system described in this video will be running at the end of it, or whether day 90 arrives the same as day 1. 5 phases, 13 weeks, 1 working system. The first action is week 1, day 1, the complete financial inventory. Every account, every debt, every recurring charge, listed before anything else happens. That single document, completed this week, is what makes the rest of the plan possible. If this gave you a clear next step, share it with one person who has been meaning to sort out their finances but has not known where to start. The where to start is week 1, the inventory. Today. The next video is about one of the most counterintuitive financial warnings in personal finance. Something most people do with their money every month without questioning it, and why the data shows it is keeping them broke. That video is next. I will see you there.